Hi guys, this is Klazard alongside Nothing Gets Past Me Rise, commentating on Game 6 of the Shinhan Winter League matchup between CJ Entus and Estro, and it is do or die time for Estro. So far, they've been doing a little bit more of the dying and a little bit less of the doing. Savior wiping out three opponents in a flash, and now going up against Hevo, I believe, who better heave ho if he's going to have any chance in this matchup whatsoever against Savior, and it's looking ominous for Estro, and it is certainly starting to look like they're going to be going down to yet another Pro League defeat. CJ relying on their champion player Savior to inflict the punishment. This is going to be a great matchup, and I'm sure Rise is looking forward to it just as much as I am.
Oh, most definitely, man. I gotta say, a lot of people don't like mirror matchups, but I do enjoy ZVZ matches. I find them very fast-paced, very exciting, and Savior is pretty good at ZVZ, as we all know. And Hiva, on the other hand, is not. So my early predictions is Savior is going to hand Hiva his own ass in multiple fashions here, and I just don't think there's going to be much that Hiva can do about it. Hiva starting off in the bottom left position, by the way. This is Andromeda. Savior is starting out in the bottom right-hand position, the white Zerg player. What do you think? You think that Savior's going to go for an early maybe 5 pool? Well, no, obviously not. He's already past there, but actually I'm going to guess that he's just going to go for a standard game here. I don't think there's much of anything that Hiva can do to beat Savior. He's just too good at ZVZ.
Yeah, you know what Hiva can do? He can play some good StarCraft. That's what he needs to do. That's what you need to do to beat another player. You just need to play better than them, and you can't be counting on them to make mistakes. And Savior is not in the kind of form he's in right now. He's not going to be making mistakes. So it's down to Hiva to produce probably the StarCraft of his life to try and rescue this game for Estro. He's probably not very high on confidence, and confidence is one of the things that has a huge impact on StarCraft. It really does just... I mean, look at the difference between Savior now and Savior, you know, a year ago when he was in the middle of his slump. And now that he's got back his confidence, it's like he never left. So I mean, the Estro players can't be very high on confidence right now. It looks like Savior has gone for his pool first, whereas Hiva looks like he's gone for his extractor first. So that's going to be interesting. We saw that in the ZVZ mirror matchup between July and Yarnak, but actually I'm not going to spoil that for you since we've seen that, and we've seen how effective going for the extractor first can be and can't be at other times as well. Hiva in purple here, I think by the time this game is finished, or actually it looks like his color has been changed to green. He looked like he was purple, but oh, he is purple. So Hiva in purple, but I have a feeling by the time this game is finished, he's going to be pink.
Yeah, he's going to be feeling some Savior attacking him all over the place and turning him red for sure. I think that, or maybe yellow if he wets his pants before it happens. Obviously, yeah, just so you know, the colors would change. He was in his first-person point of view. For anyone who is wondering, what players tend to do is if you press Shift-Tab a couple of times, you change your colors from you change your opponent's color to red, and then you change your own to teal. So you can definitely see the contrast easily on the minimap. But now what we see is 6 lings coming out of the base of both players. It looks like Savior is quicker on the lair, and again, wow, what is this? Is that only 2 drones on gas for Hiva? I don't know if he's doing that on purpose or not, but it looks like he may be a little off base here, and he doesn't know where Savior is. Is that the case, or is he looking for something out of whack? It looks like he's going cross map because neither players have scouted each other yet. The Overlords are about to cross. Savior doing the same. He may have just caught the tail end of Hiva's unit, so Hiva realizing where Savior is at this point, he's turning around, seeking each other's Overlords, and now he's late on lair, and again, that is attributed to the fact that the fast extractor from Savior getting himself gas early, and we have seen a lot of success with that build, not only from Savior, but from Yellow Arnak in a lot of past games. He's been doing it even before July, and certainly a very good build to be going, so we'll have to see if that pays off for Savior, and right now, I'm thinking it might.
Yeah, Savior with his lair building as well, he's got a defensive position, so this still Savior down to a T. He's happy to go into a Mutalist micro battle with similar build against Hiva, knowing that he's going to be superior in that. And Savior's lair does come up a couple of seconds earlier than Hiva's, and Savior's immediately started up his Spire. Now, once again, wandering with his Zerglings. I'm not sure why he's doing that. I think he's just trying to make sure that Hiva doesn't have any Zerglings positioned near him, or maybe he's just trying to make sure that if he does go and try and set up a container on Hiva's Zerglings, or try and pick off a couple of Zerglings, that he doesn't leave the door open for Hiva to sneak in through the back door. So Xavier is now going to go, and it looks like he's actually going to be attacking almost Hiva here, and Xavier is almost committing himself up the ramp, and I'm surprised that, and Xavier losing a Zergling. That was a little bit careless by Xavier. He lost a Zergling to Hivas for no reason, and Hiva is actually being forced to put down two creep colonies, and I have a feeling that probably one is going to be a sunken and the other is going to be a spore, and that's not good news for him, because if you're being forced to put down a sunken and a spore, it just shows how far behind you really are.
Yeah, definitely. And Xavier loves doing that, man. He loves trying to pick off units from the other person's arc, and he micros around. This way, if he can do that, he can manage to sneak a couple lings in and break that formation just enough where he can get a ling between there, squeeze it in, either get a good scout or get a couple of drones if he can. And it looks like he's trying to do that again. Also, it's something to keep the other player on their toes, of course, by making them micro as much as Xavier's microing. And Xavier, now with that Spire up, is already making 3 mutas, and soon to be a 4th to send over to the base of Hiva. And Hiva, in the meantime, is getting that second hatchery up, but he is much later in that Spire. Those mutas might get there before his Spire's even done.
Yeah, he was in huge trouble here. He built those 2 creeps, and seeing Xavier's lings rush towards him, he panicked and built those 2 creeps, which he didn't need in the end, and then he cancelled them, and now his Spire has just now gone up. He better be producing some, and Xavier looks like he's got Mutalisk and a pair of Scourge coming, so he was going to be in huge trouble here, because Xavier's going to have those Mutalisk, and he's going to actually have the support of his Zerglings before Hiva can get any anti-air defense up, and Xavier hammering away with those Zerglings, he was going to be forced to fight against Xavier's Zerglings, but Xavier with Zerglings and Mutalisk, and Xavier's going to have Zerglings in Hiva's base. Hiva's got his Mutalisk out now, but he's already lost all of his Zerglings, so he's going to have a really tough time, because he's going to be forced to defend in multiple quarters. He's going to be forced to try and take those Zerglings out while still fighting against Xavier's Mutalisk and the Scourges, and Hiva's got no hope whatsoever in this game, and Xavier's just going to destroy his base now, so this is GG right here.
Oh my god, he just pwned him, man. That was ridiculous. He's taking out. Where's the GG? There it is. Finally, Hiva GGing. He should have GG'd as soon as he saw that attack coming. He had nothing to deal with that. Xavier just completely outplaying this kid within 8 minutes, within 7 minutes, he just destroyed this kid with no effort at all, claiming his 3rd victory, winning the match for CJ Ennis, destroying everybody in 2009, and doing it with some style. Great games, great set of games.
Yeah, Xavier single-handedly destroying and dismantling Estro. they just gotta be saying this is just unfair. You're not allowed to have someone like Xavier in your team. It's just not fair. And I think the only thing Estro can do at this point is cry. They can have a group cry together, and the CJ victorious team going out to take a bow. I don't think the rest of those guys really belong in there, since for the last 2 matchups they haven't really done anything. Iris is the only player apart from Xavier who's made any contribution to the team effort. Oh, actually it's Estro. Yeah, they can all take a conciliatory bow together, since they were all, I guess, or at least a lot of them were responsible for losing. So congratulations on that, and it looks like CJ team is coming out. But some fantastic StarCraft we've seen today, Rise.
Yeah, and I'm sure our Xavier's #1 fan, you got to be happy about this. He definitely seems to be back in full form. I know Moltrap hates to admit it, and I got to say, I think that more and more evidence is just piling up in Xavier's favor. The question is, will he be able to go further in the MSL? If he can do that, then I'll say that he's really back. But right now, he is definitely making a good argument.
Yeah, I definitely believe. I only have one more thing left to say on this, and that is this. Cometh the hour, cometh the man. Oh, it's Xavier to tear up your plans. Lock up your kids, board up your house, 'cause Xavier's bringing destruction with keyboard and mouse. GG.
Awesome. GG, guys. I hope you enjoyed that series. That's all for me. Klazar, you got any last words of wisdom, or is that? I don't know if you can top what you just said though.
No, I've got nothing further to say, except I seriously enjoyed that series of StarCraft games, and it was a pleasure commentating with you. And looking forward to some more ass destroying by Xavier.
That's for sure. I'm sure you guys will get to see some more of that. And until then, enjoy the rest of the weekend, and see you in the next commentary. Bye.